Hey guys, Neil Currey here. I hope everyone's well. Before we start this episode, I just wanted to say it's an absolute pleasure to meet all the HOSSTILE fans at the Olympia. You know, before when I was doing these videos, it kind of felt like I was doing them to a camera. And I've met so many of you guys at the Olympia. I feel like I'm kind of talking to my friends now a little bit, which is pretty cool. So firstly, I just want to say it was great to meet you all. Thank you to everyone that came out to the Olympia, the HOSSTILE booth. Thank you to everyone that came out to the Meet the Athletes to meet me. And all the messages on Instagram and all the kind support. So firstly, I just want to say thank you for that and great to meet you all. So, what are we doing today? Well, as you guys have probably heard, I am transitioning from classic physique to open bodybuilding. I've had loads of questions about this and we're going to address them today. But the narrative of today's video is a full day of eating. I'm going to show you what I'm currently eating as we transition from a classic physique athlete at 215 pounds to an open bodybuilder. We've just weighed in this morning. We was 257.1 pounds. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, 257.1. So yeah, today we're going to share with you, we're going to try our very best to get our 9 meals into a 20-minute video. So wish us luck. On a separate video today, we're also going to train back, and I'm going to show you guys an in-depth look into how Ben has now got me training, because he has changed it drastically. Now the goalposts have moved, everything's moved. New food, new supplementation regime, new training regime. We've got a new gym. I don't have a training partner anymore. I'm kind of going solo on this mission. So loads and loads of exciting changes. But today we're going to run through all the food we're eating, and whilst we're eating those meals, I'm going to try and answer some questions that you guys have asked me via Instagram. There's been a common, how do you say, like a common theme of questions. So I'm going to address them today at each meal and hopefully give you guys a good understanding of where I'm at, what my plans are, my reasons, my reflections on Olympia, my reasons for not doing the Arnold Classic, etc, etc. So anyway, it is 9 AM and I'm fucking starving. So we are going to get meal 1 on the road and get our cook on.
Ice and everything, bro.
Mate, I love cold drinks. I love cold drinks.
There ain't nothing worse than a warm drink, though, to be fair.
Mate, I don't drink coffee, I don't drink tea. I only drink what's on my plan. There's no Neil, have a cup of tea on your plan. So meal 1, guys, for protein source, we have beef, 150 grams cooked weight. So you know the score. We have to kind of guesstimate it, and then the dogs get the rest. That work easy. So I'll weigh it after it's cooked because we didn't cook it. Right, and then to accompany our 150 gram weight cooked beef, we have 330 grams of rice. I use the VT Steam Dry Perfectly Sticky purely because there's never any differentiation in weight because you're not messing about with water, so you know you're always getting the same, but also it digests so well. So that's 273. That is 334. I don't mind an extra 4 grams of bulking. So guys, I'd like to introduce you to my bowl. So this is my Neil Currey Road to Open off-season bowl. I explained this on my Instagram story. Now, if you're a bodybuilder, you'll understand this. There's times where you will have very good fun with your bowl. You'll enjoy it, it'll be easy. There's times where you'll be staring into this for an hour and it feels like it'll never be emptied. There'll be days that you don't even want to eat the food that's in this bowl. But when I bought this bowl, I made a promise to this bowl that it will never, ever defeat me. And I will always defeat it. I will never, ever, ever let this bowl have any food left in it on this prep. Because as the food goes up, this bowl is going to slowly become full. And I'm going to make sure I empty it every time. So I got the biggest bowl I could find. If you want to put it into comparison next to my head.
I was going to say, it looks kind of small next to your arm in the shot. I don't think people need, put it next to like an Evian bottle.
Right.
Yeah, that makes a
big bowl. It's a big bowl. I think it's actually like a fruit bowl.
Yeah, yeah, it looks like a fruit bowl, yeah.
20 quid. There we go. 151, I'll take that. So there is our 150 gram of cooked weight beef, 330 grams of rice, and then with all of our meals we have 2 grams of salt. Now I've actually had a bit of a time saver, because what I was doing previously is weighing out my salt every meal, but I've weighed out that 12 grams of this is 2 grams. So I'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. And that is 2 grams. And guys, this is my meal 1. Sorry, we have a bit of stuff on the table. So we have apple juice, 330 gram of minced beef, no, 330 gram of rice, and 150 gram of cooked weight minced beef with 2 grams of salt. So as you can see, it's not a massive meal. This will be easy, very, very easy to digest. It's really nice. Anything with ice in it is nice. Right guys, so meal 1, absolute no problemo. Straight down, nearly finished it. Still feel hungry. Absolutely 0 issues. Now, like I said earlier, I'm going to address like one little topic per meal. One of the questions I've been asked a lot is like, how do you feel post Olympia? Like your post Olympia kind of thoughts. And I'm going to keep this quite quick because we've got 9 meals to film and it's a food video. But Olympia was absolutely amazing. Vegas was amazing. For me, it was very much like a bucket list type of situation. For 6 years, every day I woke up with the goal of getting there, and to actually be there was a little bit surreal. In regards to the placing, coming 16th, obviously I wanted top 10, I made that apparent, but I wasn't disappointed with 16th I can like hand on heart say I literally tried my best on that prep. I didn't miss a rep, I didn't miss a meal, I tried my hardest every single second, every single day for 24 weeks, and that my best in that division at that weight landed me at 16th best in the world, and that's something I'm quite proud of actually. But yeah, I wanted to get the top 10, but I wasn't kicking myself because there was nothing more I could have done to get to the top 10 because I gave it my everything. Now, as soon as I stepped off stage, I spoke to Ben and he said to me, listen bro, we need to do open. You can't get any bigger. You're having to kill yourself to get to the weight limit. You can't get any leaner. There's no room for progress. And the reality is, on that prep, I wasn't really bodybuilding. I was body slimming. It was just all about losing weight and losing muscle to make the weight cap. And as you guys know, when I'm around 230, 240, lean, I've got nice big shoulders, chest, small waist and bubbly quads. And when I get down to like 220, 215, my upper body just goes flat. And I know that classic 215 isn't my best look. I went into the show knowing I weren't going to look my best. I go into every classic show knowing I weren't going to look my best. And mentally I've already got my head around that, so I was fine with that. I wanted to go on there shredded. I wanted to go on there the best I could possibly be at 215, which I feel I did. Because my physique does suffer at that weight, but that was the best I had at 215. So it was a dream. We had a great time. I loved training there. I got to meet Ben, I got to meet Fuad, I got to work with the HOSSTILE team. We went shooting, we went racing in the desert. It was an absolute dream. Probably one of the best weeks of my life, actually. So yeah, honestly, absolutely loved it. And when you've been focusing on a goal every day for 6 years, and when I achieved it and I got on that Olympia stage, it was like a weight was lifted off my shoulders, and I was like, oh, damn, I've achieved my goal. On to the next one, which is open, which is what we are doing now. So, to keep it short and sweet, that's how I feel about Olympia. I absolutely fucking loved it. It was an absolute honour to stand on the stage. It was amazing to meet the HOSSTILE guys. I had a great time, and it's relighted my fire, and having the people that I spoke to who advised me to go into open has given me the confidence to do that, and I feel like a man on a new mission right now. I've never been more motivated, I've never been more excited, and yeah, Olympia was a success for me, guys. Light work, baby, light work. That's the best bit. That's meal one, guys. Nice and easy. Digested perfect. Feel great. Light work. I'm ready for meal 2 when that comes. Right, guys, so meal 2 is actually our pre-workout meal. I've literally just eaten my first meal, but I'm going to prepare meal. I prepare meal 2 straight after, because there's a certain way that I like to do it. So, this is 120 grams of cream of rice. And all you bodybuilders out there will know that cream of rice and whey, you can get quite monotonous, you know, as you get into the depth. So I take a little bit of pride in the way I prepare my cream of rice and whey meals and keep them interesting. So what I've got here is 120 grams of cream of rice, a boiling kettle that's not yet boiled. This is killing valuable YouTube minutes. You'll probably notice I've still got the Vegas flu. Now, all of you HOSSTILE guys I met out there, and the team, and all the athletes, and anyone who was in Vegas at that time probably was or knows someone who was sick. Now, I was on the Olympia stage 4 weeks ago, and I'm still, like, I do not feel ill. I just can't breathe, and it's all in here. It's an absolute nightmare. And like, it's the same, like all the lads at the gym that went to Vegas have still got it. And you might be watching this thinking, damn, I've still got it too. You're not alone, guys. I've got it as well. Right, the kettle's boiled. So, stage 1 of the Neil Currey cream of rice is add boiling water. Remember, you can always add more water, but you can't take water out. That's kind of the texture I go for. Okay, so the boiling hot water cooks the cream of rice. It's a nightmare. Becky's not in today, so we're gonna have to do all our own cleaning up. So, We'll just put that on there for now. Right, so we have the good old road to open bowl. We need to make sure, guys, it's imperative we get every single gram out, because if the plan says 120, it's got to be 120, because if the plan was to be changed to 125 and you weren't eating 120, you wouldn't feel that increase. So it has to all go in. So right now it doesn't look very attractive, but it will, trust me. This is 120 grams of cream of rice, and this is going to go in the fridge for, well, the next meal's in 2 hours, so it's going to go in the fridge for 2 hours. Right guys, so meal 2, pre-workout meal. The cream of rice we prepared earlier is now nice and cold. What we'll do now is we have 50 grams of ISO H1, which is a whey isolate, grass-fed, premium quality protein. This is legit the best protein I've ever used. And then we're going to make a whey paste. So all we're going to do give it a little bit of elbow, guys, a little bit of power. I don't do this in the blender, so I find you lose like 10 grams, because it all gets stuck to the edges. So go old school. You don't really want any lumps here. Just gonna mix it up into a nice thick paste. And then, when you're ready, drizzle that. We have 30 grams of almond butter, 10 more to go.
Bad day at the office.
Mate, usually like this happens, like squirts out perfectly, but mate, can I tell you what the truth is?
Yeah.
Becky puts it in the fridge. Who puts peanut butter in the fridge? Becky puts it in the fridge. So earlier I take it out of the fridge.
That's like putting honey in the fridge.
Yeah, it just makes it unsqueezable. So meal 2, guys. Now, when you're eating this long term, I know a lot of people watching this are thinking, I blend my cream of rice and whey and neck it. That's not optimal for digestion, it's lazy. Now,
Calling me out straight up.
I know you do that. I know you do that. I've seen you do it. Now, you want to eat your food, guys. Now, so what you got here is you got some different textures. You got your whey paste. You got your thick cream of rice. And you got your almond butter. Tell you what, it just tastes like a form of dessert. So, as promised, I said every time we have a meal we'll chat shop and try and share some insight into what we're doing. Now, a very common question that I'm getting asked, as you've seen earlier with the rapid fire questions, is what weight can you get up to? Now look, it's not just about the weight, it's about how you look, right? But obviously weight is also important, because in open it is a size game as much as it is a condition and shape game. So you got to think with me, I'm like a slingshot because I've been held back. I've been holding myself back for like 3 to 4 years. I've not been pushing size. I've not been pushing the supplements that these guys take. I've been restricting my off seasons to like 6 weeks. I've never really gone full throttle and tried to grow because obviously the classic weight limit. So it's really hard for me to say, oh yeah, this is what I'm gonna get to, because the honest is I don't actually know. But my goal, the number I've got in my head for a peak off-season weight is like 280. To start prep at 280 would be very nice for me. Which today, checking in at 257, what's that? 23 more pounds. And today's the first day we've started pushing. I really do think that's doable. But also time-wise, I'm unsure of how long it's going to take because I've not done it before. So this road to open, it's really quite hard to put a timeline on it and pick a show because I'm in new territory, I'm in new waters. So my goal is to try my hardest, go all in, get the size on, spend some time at that weight so it sticks, and then start a prep. But since I've started, it's just going like this and like this and like this. And you guys know me, I won't miss a meal, I won't miss a rep. I'll dedicate my life to this. So I think the sky's the limit. But to answer the question that a lot of you have been asking me is what weight do you think you can get to? I honestly think I can get to 280 pounds and still be in a respectable condition. And in a good place to start a prep, to then end up on stage and maybe around 250. They're the numbers that kind of sit in my head. But me and Ben haven't actually spoken about an end goal weight yet, which is something I'm sure we will. But yeah, so there's a bit of insight there. I'm going to get this meal down and we are going to head to the gym and train. Right guys, so we have eaten meal 1, delicious. We have eaten meal 2, delicious. Now we are preparing the pre, intra and post workout supplementation, which we will take to the gym with us. So what I do is I prepare it in boxes, and then obviously I just make them. I make my pre, dush, I make my intra, dush, make my post after, dush. Just the way I like to do it. So the pre-workout drink today is 10 grams of EAA. Today's flavour, we're going for tangy raspberry. So 10 grams of EAA. It's then followed by Big Boy Open Bodybuilding, 75 grams of CDX, which is cluster dextrin, guys. And this is perfect, it sits so well. If you get a cluster dextrin that doesn't sit well on the stomach, it'll ruin your whole workout. It has to be perfect, and this is.
That's a lot of fucking...
Trying to get massive, bro?
Jeez!
Trying to get massive. I'm not trying, I am getting massive, trust me. Then we have 5 grams of creatine. Don't mind a bit extra. The coach said do 10, I did 11. And then we have glutamine, and that is my pre-workout drink. And all I'll do is literally, guys, when I get to the gym, I'll bang that in my jug, fill it with water, shake it, boom, and that'll be that. I will drink this probably 10 minutes before I train, okay, because that carbs, I want that carbs in my blood for the first rep to get the pump. So that will go in 10 to 15 minutes before I train. Intra workout. This is what I drink whilst I'm training. So I sip this after each set so my muscles stay full of glycogen, okay? Now it's another whopping big boy open bodybuilding, 75 grams of CDX, straight in. 75 gram. This will keep me fueled, keep me pumped, keep me training hard, and then simply just 15 grams of EAs. So that should go up to 90. There you go. Post-workout, guys. When I go to the gym, it's like I'm taking a picnic with me. I don't know if people in America know what picnic is. Picnic's where you take food to a park and you sit there and you...
Now we've got to make something else up so everyone thinks picnic's something else.
Okay, Ben's going all out. Another 75 gram. So this is the first time I've done this food plan, guys, because we've been reversing out for 4 weeks. I got my bloods back yesterday, and Ben gave me the big old green light to push. So this is the first day we're actually really pushing in all aspects of the sport. So post-workout, we have 75 grams of CDX, we have 50 grams of whey isolate. I'm going cookies and cream. Sometimes I can't be arsed with a scoop. I just rather pour it in, you know.
He gets the job done, he gets the job done.
So there you've got 50 gram of whey. We're not finished yet. 5 grams creatine, glutamine. And that is my post-workout, guys. As you're probably already starting to see, the majority of my mornings are spent preparing food. You know, I get up, it takes me about 45 minutes to do my supplementation. It takes about half an hour to get the first meal prepared and the second meal prepared. It takes 10 minutes to prepare that. Then obviously I've got to eat the meals, and then before you know it, it's gym time. So we are literally ready now to head off to the gym. We're going to pack these with us in the bag. And then we will literally prepare those as we go. Right, guys, so I did a little poll on Instagram for some questions. We are going to rapid fire every question, honest answers, first thing that comes to my mind. Let's go. Number 1, are you going to get Leroy Davis as your coach? No. Why do you change coaches so often? I don't. I've bodybuilded for 10 years. I've had 3 coaches. The first one, Cuba, sacked me because I weren't following his training program. The second one was taking quite a long time to get back to me. The third one is Ben, and I'll stay with Ben for life. Who do you think in open has the most comparable structure to you? Rafa Brandao. Are you still going to do a lot of cardio or just a bit for digestion? 20 minutes every morning. Is it mentally hard for you to go from 2 weight sessions a day to 6 times a week? No, because the training is so much heavier, I couldn't physically do 12 and I need the time to recover. Weight goal by the end of 2023. Difficult question because I'll be competing before the end of 2023, but my stage weight goal will be 255 pounds peeled to the bone. Best tips for working with an arm after a bicep tear. I've never torn a muscle.
Is that Chris Bumstead that's asked that?
It isn't Chris Bumstead, but I don't think he would ask me for advice because he whooped my ass. I don't have any tips for torn bicep because I've never experienced that. How are you adapting to the new training style? Physically, sure, but mentally? I am adapting to the new training style very well. I have full trust in my coach. I'm going at it full throttle. Mentally, I'm enjoying the new challenge of having to train to failure. And I really feel like the new stimulus is making me grow. So I feel like I am adapting very well to it. And I feel it is, well, I was 215 pounds. I was 257 today. So I've put on 42 pounds, so it's working. What show are you looking to do this year? My goal is, not discuss this with anyone yet, but in my head, I'd like to go and stay with Ben for a little bit of time and do the Texas Pro. How hard are you prepared to take foods in regards to keeping the waist in check? I'm taking digestive enzymes with all my meals at the minute. I do a gut health drink every morning. So far so good, there's no waste issues. I am prepared to take food as far as Ben pushes it, and keeping the waste in check is something we are looking at through photos and measurements, and yeah, I'm willing to take it as far as I physically can without blowing the waste out. To be competitive open, do you intend to get the massive Nick Walker or Ramy? I don't think I'll ever get the massive Ramy, to be honest. I think that'd be a little bit unrealistic, or Nick. I'm 5'10", Nick's 5'7", but I do plan to go absolutely all out and put as much freaking size on as possible. So weight wise, I think Nick goes on stage about 265. My goal is to go on stage this year at 255, but in the next 3 to 4 years, yeah. Who have you got winning the Premier League this year? Favourite football club? Don't give a fuck. Biggest must-have when doing a cut?
Calorie deficit.
Calorie deficit, yeah. Routine. A biblical routine you follow, like a religion. Having a routine that is just religiously followed. How did you figure out your starting macros to make sure you're in a... How do you figure out your starting macros to make sure the surplus is sufficient to grow? To do that, basically, guys, make a diet plan, weigh yourself the next day, keep eating the same food every day, keep weighing yourself. If your weight's going down, you need more food. If your weight's stable, you need more food. If you're slowly increasing, you're in a surplus. So the answer to that is to do a diet plan, eat it, weigh yourself, and just monitor it that way. That's the simplest way to work it out. Your mentality has helped me so much in life. I just want to say thank you and I love you. Oh, that's cute. Thank you, Cooper Crow. I love you too. Do you have a goal for off-season peak weight and an open stage weight? Yeah. The heaviest I've ever got is 277 pounds. I'd like to get 280, but in better shape than I did get to 277 last time. So 280 and a stage weight around 250 peeled, like with my kind of signature condition at 250. When you get down to the final weeks of prep, how do you deal with keep pushing? I have a thing called machine mentality where I don't act on emotions or feelings. I only act on logic and the task at hand. So I switch off emotions, switch off feelings. I don't listen to what my mind wants to do. I just do what my plan tells me to do without connecting emotionally. YouTube workout with the pitbull, highly likely. We were actually chatting about training the other day, so that could be something that's coming soon. Everyone loves the pitbull. Hey Neil, only question is, when you was younger, was you genetically good at sport? Yeah, I used to play professional football for Chesterfield. With the things you went through to make weight for Classic, what did you learn most? Not to do Classic anymore. I had to kill my body to get into Classic, guys. Absolutely kill myself. I was in such a hole. I think the biggest thing I learned is that I've outgrown Classic. My best physique is not at 215, and I have to really, really hurt myself to get there. What's your strategy to bring up your back sets and reps? My plan in terms of sets and reps to bring my back up, we're training to failure. We do the first 2 sets volume, and then the second 2 sets training to failure. We've gone very kind of like old school with the move. There's a lot of barbell rows, one arm dumbbell rows. It's a totally different training strategy, which I will be sharing on the HOSSTILE YouTube video. We are actually filming a back session today, so you will see that. But in terms of strategy to my back, we're training it twice a week, and we are also training it totally different. We're using heavy, old school compound movements with intricate movements for the detail, so we can build the mass and the shape, if that makes sense. Is it true a tall, dark and incredibly handsome man massages you once a week? Nah, I'm massaged by JR&R. He's ugly as fuck. That's not true. Yeah, Jay, you are very beautiful, bro. What weight can you see yourself getting up to on stage with the condition of Curry? 250, 255. Favourite open physique? Nick Walker. What weight do you see yourself stepping on stage? 250, 255. What weight are you going to push for, big lad? Very interested to see the outcome. Final push, I really want to hit 280. What month are you planning to compete in 2023? Back end of the season. When Ben says, really, I want to get as big as I can, then hold the muscle so it sticks and then prep. Training split. Monday, back and hamstrings. Tuesday, chest and shoulders. Wednesday, quads and hams. Thursday, arms. Friday, back. Saturday, hamstrings and quads. Why have you stopped coaching? I've stopped coaching so I can 100% full-time bodybuild and have absolutely no distractions. All in open bodybuilding. Every single bit of energy in one objective to get the best results. So I've relinquished any other tasks that could distract me from open bodybuilding. I am purely open bodybuilding. Well, guys, I'm sorry if I've missed any questions. My battery's just gone. Right guys, so we are back from the gym. It's an amazing back workout. I think the last time we was filming, we were showing you the pre, intra and post supplementation. That's obviously all been consumed, pre, intra and post. Now we've just got home. This is the post-workout meal, like your whole food. So my post-workout drink, yes, it was 50 gram of protein and 75 gram of carbs, but it's not really considered a meal. So this is my whole food post-workout meal. So this is my meal 3, technically, of the day. Okay, so we've got 150 gram of cooked chicken, cooked weight, and we also have 330 grams of cooked rice again, with 2 grams of salt. So super simple, super clean. We're going to get this cooking. It'll take about 15 minutes, and then we'll get it smashed. Post-workout meal, we have, my back's aching. We have 330 grams of cooked weight rice and 150 grams of cooked weight chicken breast and 2 grams of salt. No magic tricks here, guys. Just clean, lean food. I am starving after the workout to eat this. It's not going to be a problem at all to get this meal down. So this is our 3rd whole food meal of the day. Obviously we've had the 3 pre, intra and post meals, but this is our post-workout meal 3. Chicken and rice, guys, can't go wrong. Now, you know me, I always keep it real with you guys. Now, I clearly have the flu, and I've had it for 4 weeks since Vegas, but I keep telling myself I don't. And the flu does affect your appetite a little bit. So, this meal's one of them machine mentality meals where you just got to keep eating it. You got to win that battle with the plate. You know that battle we spoke about earlier. Well, the meal's finished. We've got 2 spoonfuls of rice left. But this flu, I think especially after training, it's just knocked me for 6 a little bit. But yeah, you know, this meal's gone down. It's gone down nicely. A bit more challenging than the others after the 3 lots of cyclic dextrin, cluster dextrin. But bish bash bosh. Like I told you, some meals will be easy, some meals will be hard, but regardless, even if it takes you 20 minutes, you just got to sit here and eat them until it's finished. So that is meal 3 done. In a couple of hours we'll be sharing the next meal with you. Right guys, so we are hungry. We are hungry again. So this is meal 4, not including the 3 pre, intra and post workout drinks. And again, what we have here is 120 grams of cold cream of rice that's been in the fridge for an hour. And we have the premium wheys of premium wheys, grass fed. Don't get better than this. And again, we've made it into a nice paste. We're just gonna oosh, oosh. This flavour is called cookies and cream. I would best describe the taste as Oreos. It tastes like Oreos. And then we have almond butter, but this one's not been put in the fridge, so you're going to get the full effect of the drizzle. Oh, look at that. And we have 20 grams. There you go, guys. So what you've got is you've got the cold, wet texture of whey with the dense texture of peanut butter and the thickness of the cream of rice. That's so good. So as I said earlier, guys, introduction, I want to do a few little topics of conversations while we're eating. I know it's rude to talk and eat, but in this instance we've got a lot to get in not a lot of minutes. Arnold Classic. A lot of you have asked me why I withdrew from the Arnold Classic, which after watching this video so far you've probably put 2 and 2 together and worked out why. Now, the Arnold Classic is a very prestigious show and is a boyhood dream show and is an absolute privilege to be invited to, actually. It's an honour to be invited to. Now, I applied for the Arnold Classic when I was back in November 2022, when I was prepping for the Olympia, and I made the decision with Ben to go into open before the list came out, so I didn't know if I'd been accepted or not. And then when the list came out, I was like, oh god damn, and I had to just really weigh up the pros and cons, because I know I don't look my best at 215. I know I've said this a lot of times, I'm repeating myself, but it just seemed pointless to go back down to 215 and get a low placing when I could use this time to progress my physique. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of explain to you guys why I'm not doing the Arnold Classic. It's purely because I want to progress and not regress and move into open bodybuilding and start that journey. Literally the day after the Olympia, I started this journey. So I just wanted to address that, because I know a lot of the fans was asking that question. So I hope that clears things up. And I do want to say thank you to everyone that supported my decision. It means a lot to me. So thank you very much. My war against my bowl. I am winning. Next. Right guys, exciting news. Ben Chow has upped my food today actually. And on meal 5 it says 330 gram / 450 gram potatoes. Now, I have not sat and ate actual potatoes probably since like early 2022. So after seeing that update, I'm going to nip to Asda right now and buy some potatoes, because I really fancy them and it's on my plan. So I'm going to nip and get some potatoes, come back, prepare that meal. It's going to be a big feast, steak and potato meal. Oh, yeah, so we'll share that with you shortly. Right guys, so we are now on meal 5. So we have potatoes, 450 gram, and beef steak, which when cooked will be 150 gram weight. And this is 450 gram uncooked weight. Little Neil Currey top tip, this is how I like to prepare potatoes. So what you should do, cut them like this. You'll see guys, I'll get there. This takes a bit of time. When you're eating a lot of food, it's really important you enjoy it and you eat it how you like it. I know a lot of bodybuilders just go for the whole, yeah, just eat it. Whereas I really like, you know those little square potatoes you get in a restaurant? Yeah. They have bits of parsley on them. What do they call them?
Square potatoes with parsley on them.
You know what I mean though, don't you?
I know what you mean.
Is it rosemary potatoes?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
It's like that. And what happens is, they cook twice as quick as well. Unfortunately, I don't have the luxury of rosemary on my plan, but I do have potatoes. So what I do, guys, is cut them into little squares so they come out nice and crispy. 1 calorie spray. Well, it's not 1 calorie if you spray it 10 times, obviously, but a little bit of 1 calorie spray. It's off season, so we can have 20. We can have 20 calories there. And then in the Ninja, one for the dog, and then air fry, 200 degrees, 20 minutes. Right guys, so the potatoes are crisping well. About 5 minutes away from being done. Now, I have the benefit and the luxury of having a very good friend, Leo, if you're watching this, shout out. He's a Michelin star chef, and a few years ago we travelled Thailand together, and he cooked all my meals for me, and he taught me how to cook a steak to a restaurant style. So you want it nice and red in the middle and nice and crispy on the outside. So what you do is you heat your pan up, scalding hot, boiling hot, 3 or 4 minutes, and you get your steak. You will find that doing it this way you will decorate the kitchen in oil. So you have to clean up before the missus comes downstairs, guys. And if you've got a smoke alarm, it could go off. But the steak will be banging, trust me. So literally, full tilt. Then you don't cook it for long, you just absolutely smash it on full heat both sides. And wrap it in foil, keep all the heat in. Leave that for 2 minutes. Obviously, you need to cut the fat off. And then that is restaurant quality. This bit's for the dogs. Yes. Then we have our 2 grams of salt, which is 12 grams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just like out of the restaurant. So this meal, guys, is 150 gram of beef, cooked weight, and it is 450 gram of potatoes, and this is meal 5. In terms of like appetite, I'm still hungry. I can eat way more than this. So it's very encouraging to be in a place where I'm eating this much food and only training once a day and still having a great appetite, and I seem to be digesting these meals very well. So I'm in a very good place, really happy. Well, I am just going to enjoy this meal because this is something special. Meal 5 done and dusted. Light work, baby. Right guys, you know me, I'm always real, I'll say how it is. My man Cooper, the man behind, the wizard behind the camera, lives in London, Heathrow, which is 3.5 hours from my house. And I made him get up here for 7:30 this morning for meal 1, which means he left his house at what, 4?
Yes, yeah.
It is now 10 p.m. And he has to drive 3.5 hours home, which would, if I make him wait for my last meal at 11:30, he ain't gonna be home till like 4 a.m, which is not fair on him, especially when my last meal is a repeat of meal 4, which is 120 cream of rice, 50 gram whey, 20 gram almond butter. So just purely based on logistics of where Cooper lives, it does not make sense to make him sit here for 1.5 hours while this meal digests and I have my pre-bed cream of rice, which you've seen me eat twice already today. You guys know me, I'm going to eat that meal. That meal's going down. I'm actually still hungry. So that's going to be a wrap for today's full day of eating. So yeah, today's been a great day. I want to share with you a little bit of insight into what I'm eating, just to kind of give you a taste. And this is just a start, guys. This is week 2 of my road to open. The food's going to go up and up and up and up. We've got big goals. We've got loads of size to put on, especially on the back, the hamstrings, the adductors. And as the majority of you who are watching this will know, food is the key. In my eyes, I would say food is 60% of this game. Training will be 35% of this game, and supplementation would be 5% of this game. And I think that's pretty realistic to say. So anybody who wants to grow really needs to understand that food is the key, and we will be pushing food, pushing as much as we can while keeping the shape. We'll do another day of food in the future on Hostile YouTube when things progress to another level. But I just wanted to kind of, like, a lot of you guys that I met were really interested in like what's going on, like about changing from classic to open. So today we've delivered you a full day of eating, and in a separate video we've delivered you a full back session with 1 hamstring exercise on the new Road to Open training plan. So guys, Hostile fans, love you all. I look forward to recording again for you very soon and seeing you on the podcasts. Stay healthy, and I will see you all very soon.